Human settlements have been established in the area since the 2nd century BC. Its convenient location and abundant water and forest contributed to the attraction of the place. From the beginning of our era, there was a big industrial settlement and a 1,000-year-old township, an important part of local prince's defense system. On the formation of Polish state, the surrounding villages belonged to Gdańsk's artisans. They built several mills, the wood mill and the smith workshop, and road inns. Swedish wars destroyed the prosperity of Rumia. Today the town is trying to regain its former glory. There were 2 major waves of development in the last decades. In that time they built new housing districts, parks and sport halls. The citizens of Rumia have had a chance to sense Europe. Rumia has developed out of 4 villages functioning on the outskirts of Gdynia as a kind of sleeping quarters. Until recently there were no giants, but many small private firms, although people used to be active and enterprising in Rumia. There used to be lots of private firms, even under the former communist rule. Although Rumia is nearly 50 years old, to me it is a young, dynamically growing town. It has a great potential to develop, exploiting its proximity to Gdynia and location on Gdańsk-Szczecin route. We are located at the seaside, on the most important route, and I think that it's a chance for our town, for the citizens. We don't have big firms in Rumia, but the existing ones are very dynamically developing. There are new emerging firms and the old ones are growing. The town's small production firms are thriving. There are over 3,000 industrial units related to trade and services. Many new firms employ Rumia's citizens. Our company employs about 50 people. We employ all the time, and we don't reduce employment. We also employ trainees, and we organize training both at the production stage and in the office. So we are a producer and employer, which creates new working places all the time. I think that after joining the European Union, it's going to be easier to gain new labor markets. We're trying to select diligent and hard-working people. Of course, there are shortages of skilled workers in our field, since we're creating new fields, and therefore we are short of specialists. So we're trying to train them. And we, with our suppliers, organize such training together. So we select and train on our own. Our main criteria are diligence and hard work. The competition has always been there, even in the days of the communist state. It was not like today, but still you had to cope. You have to invent something new and maintain quality. Quality and clients' trust is the foundation. It brought us a lot of fruit over the year. The majority of Rumia's firms are already known on European markets, and they boldly compete with their Western competitors because they benefit from the experience of the past generations. My father established this company in 1936. I've been working here since I turned 15. My firm employs 120 people. Most of the workers come from Rumia, Reda and the neighboring villages. There will be more competition after joining the European Union. We'll be trying to ensure high quality of our Polish meat products, and I think they are surely competitive with European Union products, because our sausages and hams are surely better and tastier.
Z unijnymi wyrobami, które na pewno nasze są wędliny, są na pewno smaczniejsze i lepsze.
Convenient location, good routes and relatively low prices of land, these are some of the assets of modern Rumia. Rumia is also a reservoir of land for development. We can see beautiful buildings behind. In Rumia, we develop city-scale buildings and small family houses, as well as big residences. The climate for investment is very favorable. Our town has won a fair play title, so every developer may count on us. Most buildings in Rumia are low family houses, so the town looks cozy. Due to the promotion of ecological heating systems, the air in Rumia is the cleanest within the whole agglomeration. Maybe that's why so many people would like to settle there. And Rumia has been so popular recently. In Wejherowo County, we issue majority of building permits in Rumia, which means that people enjoy living here and they want to build their houses and work in Rumia. Why have we chosen Rumia? Rumia is well located as a town in the Tri-City agglomeration. Geographically, other investors have underestimated it. I've made the choice myself. Local authorities function in Rumia well. It is important for an investor. The clerks are well trained. It is a dynamically growing town, and here we have our potential clients building their family houses. I must also stress that we appreciate the authorities' goodwill and their approach towards investors. Rumia is a town of the 21st century. It owes its fast economic growth to the new enterprising Western companies that more and more often knock on the local authorities' door to offer their cooperation. In the future, the next investors, German, Dutch and Swedish, are going to come to Rumia with their new ideas and offers. Janowo suburb has been present on the map of Rumia for over 24 years. In the beginning, there were only wet meadows there. The housing area started to develop in 1979. In the beginning, like any other place, it was identified as sleeping quarters. Gradually, it's been developed into a lively place with thriving social and cultural life. We have managed to establish a cooperative culture center, one of very few such institutions in the Pomeranian region. It's a leading institution in our town. All the citizens of Rumia enjoy it, not just those living in the neighborhood. With the exception of the transit route, Rumia is an oasis of peace and quiet. The air is cleaner than in the neighborhood, and a certain distance from the city of Gdynia makes Rumia a very special place. The walks around Rumia are also very attractive. Not many monuments have remained to witness the settlement's long history. There are ruins of the 15th century St. Michael's Church. Gothic altar remnants are surrounded by the 19th and 20th century gravestones. Rumia is a young town investing in the education of future generations. High education standards on the elementary and high school levels enable Rumia students access to the full course of studies at city universities and colleges. New sport halls and stadiums are there to ensure children and young people's healthy development. Education in Rumia maintains European standards. I have attended a European Towns meeting and we discussed, for instance, preschool education. I was proud to speak about our new kindergartens in Rumia and I suggested how they should develop preschool education. It's an important period in human development.
Przypomnijmy sobie tą bajeczkę. Polecimy. Na straganie, dzień targowy, takie słyszy się rozmowy. Może pan się o mnie oprze? Pan tak wielu dnie, panie koprze. Cóż się dziwić, mój szczypiorku, leżę tutaj już od wtorku. A to Felek westchnął Felek.
I think we've got nothing to be ashamed of in education. And when our guests come from the European Union, our elementary school kids are better at talking to them than us, the older generation. Rumia is a Kashubian town. The Kashubians are a rather closely knit community, not open to newcomers. There is a derogative expression for them, barefooted Andy. Yet I'm feeling all right here among them, and they have accepted me. I can say that Rumia is a friendly town, and I don't have problems and feel welcome. We don't need Switzerland or Austria. The valley behind called Schmelta is the most beautiful place to live. It's wonderful. There are forests, there is a river full of trout, wild animals and nature. It takes 15 minutes to get to the seaside and 15 minutes to the center of Gdynia, an important administrative center, and also a place where many of our citizens work and enjoy cultural life. I'm the third generation growing cactuses here. My grandparents used to grow cactuses here before the Second World War. The cactus collection of Rumia is one of its main attractions. Big aloe trees and oval cactuses called mother-in-law's armchairs adorn the premises. Very often, when I'm in Silesia or in other places, I hear people say that they know Rumia only because of our cactuses. And it's true. There are many buses coming from all over Poland and from abroad. There are Swedes as well, and we collaborate with England. More and more ladies and gentlemen from behind the eastern border show up to buy a plant or two. In the 3 greenhouses, there is the largest collection of cactuses and agavas in Europe. It consists of 7,000 species and varieties. Rumia will surely benefit from the process of European integration due to the additional incentives in town functioning. Europeans will start to come there because our offer is improving. We have better hotels in Rumia because we develop both, the hotel network and their standards. The school exchange program is growing, as well as interpersonal relations. I think that these will contribute to Rumia's development. Our people will start to travel around Europe because it's going to be easier and it will also contribute to the development. I am an optimist and I know that European Union integration will enable us to develop faster. There is no doubt that Rumia is going to grow, but the European Union will help us to grow more quickly. We are friendly and open people, and this surely will help us. Rumia's authorities are sure that soon this beautiful Kashubian spot will be known all around the world, not only for its charming landscapes, but also for the citizens' diligence.